You're watching Past the Wire TV, the biggest races at the best tracks. From the Kentucky Derby to the Breeders' Cup, the best horse racing coverage is right here on Past the Wire TV.
It's always a pleasure for me, Jonathan, to be with you. You were the first person to give me an interview when I came to United States, so I will be grateful to you forever.
I knew you were one of the best riders in the world.
Legend himself, Frankie Dettori. Ciao, Frankie. Tutto a posto.
Tutto a posto. Yes, that's a good start. So you haven't lost.
Well, hello everyone. Here we are on Preakness weekend. So yeah, it's already been 2 weeks since the Derby. Can you believe that? So first, a recap from last week. Didn't do so well at the Peter Pan weekend Saturday. I didn't do so well. Hit and miss, hit and then miss. I didn't do well on that pick 5. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to hit the pick 5 at the Preakness. We're going to try to knock it out of the park there. That's what we're going to do with Race Lens. First, I want to thank Race Lens for all the tools that we use for this show. And of course, if you have any questions, everyone that's been sending me emails, they know I get back to them as soon as I can, pretty quickly. So shoot me an email with any kind of questions about anything, owning horses, claiming, you name it. Hit that email right there, charles@pastthewire.com. And please hit that subscribe button right below, right down there. And the little bell there that gets y'all alerts, get all my shows. And you can continue on watching this right here. Yeah. Anyway, we're going to go and try to get that pick 5 at Pimlico. And let's go and start. We're going to try to, we're going to hit race number 10 first. Yeah, that's the race we're going to do first, is race number 10. So here we go. Is the Spendthrift Sir Barton Stakes. It's for 3-year-olds. Okay, they're going a mile and 16. So we got the one horse here. Look at this horse. Last time out, now this horse has only had 2 races. Very lightly raced, Justified Coat. But the last time out, this horse looked just fantastic and at very short odds, ran every bit of what he was supposed to look like. Semi-short field, 6 horses, but that's okay. He did what he was supposed to do, just went wire to wire. This horse looks like he could be something else. If you go and look at that video of that race, definitely he's got some serious talent. And let's look at this, what the Race Lens angle is right there. Horse won last time as the favorite. Yeah, that's a pretty good angle to go off of. They say the early pace, they got the numbers at 83, 81, and then a 121. So that horse really kicked it home really nice. If you look at the 6 furlong mark, 112, almost 113, and then came home and 128. That's pretty doggone good if you ask me, especially when there's no one pushing you. You don't need to go, like that at the end. But he did. So Is this horse the number one horse a major player in this race? Well, I definitely think so. I think this is the one, probably one of them to beat. Let's put it that way. So let's check out the rest of them. The number 2, last time out threw a serious clunker in here. But it did run against a couple of really nice horses, Publisher, Sandman, Coal Battle in the Arkansas Derby. You toss out that race, it could just be one of those things that things happen. But before all that, Lucas had this horse really fine-tuned. This horse would sit very close to the pace, if not take the lead. Like the one, I don't know if the one will actually try to go for the lead. I think that horse could rate. I think this one might be one of them that will go for the lead. And with Lucas and Nick here combined, they kind of go for the lead when they have a kind of speed horse, and that's what I see this horse doing. Is this horse a major player? For me, I don't think so, a major player, but I think this horse is definitely for the exotics, for the bottom side at least. Don't look at these projected ratings here, late pace of a 7. Because that horse did, things happened in that stretch in Arkansas. That horse just gave out. So I think this horse could still hang around for the piece of the pie, but just for the win column, not for me. The 3 horse, Safi and Irad together, they get a 27% wins. You got to like that. This horse has got some speed. This one might be your leader. There is plenty of speed in this race overall. So it depends how this one breaks, how the 2 breaks, who's going to get the lead. Do I see this horse being a major player? No. If anything, maybe on the bottom side of exotics. But for me, I'm taking a serious pass on this horse. I just think he's up against it a little bit. And let's look at others. The 4, another one with some speed. Like I said, there's plenty of speed in this race. Another one I think is going to have to, step it up, because this horse was running a maiden claiming, and of course won and did well. But I think this horse is a little outclassed right now. Needs to really step up big time. Even though the jockey and the trainer combined, when they're together, they lock in at 33%. Wow, that's a huge number. And the jockey's been very hot of late. 29% in the last 30, and the last 10 is 27%. The jockey's hot. What can you say? But that's at Parks. But that doesn't mean nothing about the jockey. It's just what he's getting there is probably riding all the best horses, period, over there. Let's just see what they have on the number 5. But I'm going to take a pass on the 4. The 5 is another one that's going to be a pressure type of horse. I don't see this one going for the lead. This one's, more or less is going to be sitting, trying to push it a little bit. If it breaks super well, then it might take the lead, but I don't see that happening. That this is another horse that's really stepping up. A lot of work to do. And for me, I'm taking a serious pass for another day. The 6, interesting horse here. Lightly raced again. The first time this horse didn't do anything really exciting, but the second time out, the horse did very well. Broke its maiden, pulling away. They say he's got early speed. I think this horse can rate. I think this horse would be sitting probably a 4th or so. Is this horse a major player? I really think this horse is a major player. Very fast last race. Equibase speed figure, projected leader. They're saying this is the projected leader. I don't know. Could, but I think this horse can rate. They're going to mile 16th. Let's see how they break. The horse had a nice late finish in the last time, 111. You got Pratt aboard. You got Cox combination, 37% win. Very, very good. So major player for that win column. I think this is one of 2, possibly 3 horses that could win this race with no problem. All right. The next horse, the 7. Have some speed. Kind of gave way last time a little bit. Kind of really did sit a very soft, easy pace. I think this horse doesn't have to have the lead. I think this one could rate a little bit, maybe. Could be a little dangerous with Luis Saez aboard. I'm surprised he didn't go on and win that last race, to be honest with you. But who knows what the actual problem was. So we're going to say, that's okay. We'll forgive him on that race. Is this a major player? Could be. This horse could be a major player. I do like 2 horses a little bit better than him, but this is early speed and then tired. That's what this horse did. That's the race lens angle. So I definitely like this horse in exactas for sure, and maybe some tries, of course. For the win column, maybe you're going to have to get me to get a little bit more than 4-1 for me to put a little money for the win. But hey, definitely a player. The 8, last time out, toss it. That was just terrible. And that was on a very fast track, very fast race. But time before that, the horse did well. And time before that, actually last 2 or 3 times, the horse has done pretty good overall. Kendrick's taken the reins here, which I see this horse now being definitely popping out of the gate. One of your leaders, possible leaders. So look out for this horse to try to take the lead, especially with Kendrick aboard. He does get a great pop out of the gate with horses, and he usually has something left at the end. So I would say at best for me, it would be the bottom side of exotics like tries, but I'm going to take a pass on this horse today. And then the 9. Horse has got some talent, can do some damage. Looks good overall. But the rider and trainer, this is the first time, actually the 4th time, excuse me. They've got 100% in the money, so all 3 of their horses have hit the board. But this one's going to have to really step it up, I think, to compete against at least 3 or 4 of these other horses in here. So I'm going to take a pass, but I will be watching this horse for future. 3rd race after a layoff, looking for improvement because the horse is improving. He did well the first time out after a layoff, and then second time, well, it is what it is. Sometimes like that, and things like that happen, but it's definitely the let me see what I got going there. Sorry about that. All right, here we go. Then, so that was what we have there on that race. Let's look at what Race Lens, how they predict this race to go from the beginning to the end, by speed wise and everything. Here we go. First of all, let's look at my probable factors. I have it at this track at Pimlico. Speed at 4, class and form at 5, distance, jockey, and a jockey trainer all at 3, then pace, trainer, and track all at 4, and then the angles and track addition at 3. That's what I've been doing a little bit. I've been playing with that a little bit, so maybe you want to play with that a little bit, but that's how I'm doing it for this weekend. So they see the 6 jumping out there to the lead. Could see that. The 8, 3, 2 sitting right there on his tail. Could see all that too. Then they see the 6 starting to kind of get a really nice, easy lead on the backside. I don't know know if he's going to get an easy lead. I think there's going to be more horses pushing him on that the backside, but I don't think he's going to get more than a half a length to a length lead, maybe max. Looks like on this chart it's it's like 4 or 5. But anyway, at the end, they see the 1 crushing it at 63%. 6 is finishing second at 21. 7 at 5, 9 at 3, and the 8 at 2. Well, for me, I have 1, 6, 7, 2. I think the 2 can hang in there for a little bit of a piece of the pie too. This is part of the speed. Let's check out the odds. See what's going on there. They're saying 1-2 on the 1, and the morning line is 5-2. I think the 6 is going to take some of the money. I don't think we'll see 1-2. I don't think we will. We'll probably see even money. I think that 6 will take some of that money, and rightfully so. And possibly even the 7 could take some money too. Because 7's got decent speed, but it's just the last time he kind of cave in. We'll see how that works out. But other than that, I think I like it 1, 6, 7 for sure. All right there. So there we have that race. That was the 10th race, the second leg of the Pick 5. For all the people that do send me emails, I thank you for those, and I hopefully I've helped you when you have questions. I am starting to think about starting a racing syndication and maybe a pin hooking syndication at the same time, even a claiming one. So if you're interested in something like that, maybe shoot me an email and I could go over everything with you on that. So we're going to go and hit the Preakness is our next race and see what we got going here. And the second leg of the Triple Crown. There we go. Race 13 at Pimlico. All right. Goal-oriented. Bafford's new horse on the scene. Just broke his maiden on Kentucky Derby Day and an allowance. Well, didn't break his maiden, excuse me. Ran and won a race on Kentucky Derby Day. Broke his maiden in April. This horse did everything right at Churchill Downs on a sloppy track, as you well know it was. And Pratt rode this horse, looked good, looked great, did everything right in that race in a 1 16th. Yes, they're going 1 3 16ths. But can this horse take that and transfer it to this level? Well, Bafford's won this race a lot of times. Here's the racing angle here. Horse won last time as favorite. Trainer Bob Bafford ships in graded stakes. His success score is a 6.2, 40%. That's a really high percentage. They're giving his projected ratings, early pace 103, mid pace 103, and then the late pace 111. So can this horse go wire to wire or sit there second and push the leader? This horse could be a serious contender here. Don't overlook this horse. This horse definitely has the talent. Major player does have a shot. I'm not going to say no. But for me, I think there's one major player in here. Good luck trying to beat this horse. But this one totally would not be 100% shot. So there you have it. The 2, which is Journalism. Look at that last race, the Derby. Look, like I said before the Derby, no matter what you do in the Derby, win, lose, or come in dead last, you should really toss that race overall, because a lot of things happen in that race that it's just not their fault. There's just too many horses, too many things happen. This horse did get bumped a couple times. He shifted out. He he was looking like a winner there at the end, and Sovereignty just had more kick. That's all there was to it. That's all there was to it. The horse, I mean, had trouble, but so did Sovereignty. Bieza had trouble. I mean, there was a lot of them. They all had trouble. So throw that out. Don't worry about saying he had trouble. The other one had trouble. That's the way it is. This horse is in fine peak, ready to rock and roll. McCarthy, personally, I think he had the out because you finished second in the Derby. You have not much pressure to go in the second leg like Sovereignty did. Everyone thought he should be going in the second leg, try to go for the Triple Crown. Personally, I like to see those type of things happen in this business. I do like to see the Triple Crown, but Belmont is an expert. He is great at his job, and if he felt that he needs to rest that horse for the Belmont, then that's what's best for the horse, and I'm not going to judge him. McCarthy here is excellent what he does, and he feels that his horse is like fine-tuned. He is pitched. He's ready to rock and roll. I believe that. This horse is going to be extremely tough to beat. He's going to sit very close to the pace all the way around. I say within 2 to 3 lengths max. So he won't be the leader, but he'll sit real close, probably most likely in that catbird seat, about third or fourth, no more than 3 lengths off. And I think this race is going to set it up for him. I think there's plenty of speed. People say there's the tight turns. They're not tight turns. They're fine. They're just regular turns. And if you're close enough to the pace, you could win this race. That why they say tight turns most of the time is because if a speed horse gets out there on a nice lead, it kind of caters to speed horses. So when they hit that turn, it seems like they get another kick, but they got the lead so much, and that stretch is not the longest in the world, not like Churchill Downs. But if Journalism sits very close, which I believe he will, and McCarthy didn't even have to put a work on him, that shows me that he knows that this horse is tight, ready to rock and roll. I see this horse bouncing on his feet. I believe he'll be bouncing on his feet when they do the post parade. So that's how much I think this horse is ready to rock and roll. So this is the horse to beat 100%. American Promise, another horse that had a lot of problems out there and got bumped very early in the beginning of the race, which basically almost took him out right away. But the horse hung in there and fought. Even though he was all bumped up and everything, he angled in, and he tried to make an early move, but he was already done. He was gassed out. Lucas putting this horse in here is another one. It's like, hey, he's doing it for a reason. Personally, the way that horse ran that race and you watch it, I thought he would have been gassed for this race. I thought he would have been a no-go because just the way he broke and how hard he did try. He did try hard. That he just didn't have nothing in the tank at the halfway point in the Derby. He had nothing. So I'm kind of surprised, but hey, Lucas has been in this business forever. And if he thinks this horse is ready to go, you got to give this horse some looks. 15-1. That's what Lucas does. Watch out for those. So for me, I'm putting this horse on my bottom side of my exactas and putting a tries. Definitely a player, but I personally think still one horse to beat. I really do. The 4, Heart of Honor, from the UAE. The horse does okay over there, but he has not met these type of horses that with this caliber. So I think this horse has really got to step it up. I'm going to be a little on the shock side if this horse wins. First time starter, sire offspring, profitable in debate. Hey, let me see what this horse could do, but I just don't think this horse is quite up to this caliber. Who knows? Might be, but I just don't see this horse as the caliber as at least the top 3 horses in this race. Pay Billy. Well, if this horse comes in, they'll be paying some people off when they have that win bet. They have him at 20-1. I think this horse is going to go off probably a little bit higher. Horse has definitely got some talent, but is it at this level is the question. I think they're rolling the dice. Hey, but when do you roll the dice on a horse that's been winning small stakes? When do you do it? Well, you don't. You might want to take a shot at the Derby, but he didn't have no Derby points. So what's the next best thing? Let's see what you have at a Preakness. And perfect distance, you're not going, well, even though the Belmont this year is only 1.25 miles instead of 1.5 miles, but kind of almost perfect setting for him to even take a try at something. So for me, I'm a pass on this horse, but if I was the trainer or the owners, I don't blame them one bit for trying to pick up a piece of this pie. $2 million purse. Let's see what you have. But for me, not this Saturday. River Thymes, whatever, something like that. Todd Pletcher, Irad. Last time out in the bluegrass, pretty much ran even all the way around. Kept on running very good. You had Birmingham Square, East Avenue that just beat him. A lot of things happened in that race. This horse, of course, he did pass on the Derby. I don't think he had enough points. So they passed on the Derby, of course. They're aiming for this. Todd knows that this horse has got some serious talent. I believe this horse has serious talent. This horse lost by a neck to Sovereignty back in the Fountain of Youth. You got to like that part. I think this is the danger. I think this is journalism #1 danger right here. So definitely this horse is in my exacta with journalism 100%. Would not be super shocked if this horse wins. But once again, you're going to have to beat journalism, I believe. But definitely a major player. Sandman, the fan favorite, Metallica's favorite, which I'm all for that, by the way. But the horse is still goofy. I remember I said, if you go back and watch the video before the Derby, I said this horse is goofy. He's still learning. He's very green. He makes mental mistakes. Even though he won the Arkansas Derby, I said he still was not straight. He wasn't out of it. Now, did I see him being green in the Derby? Well, that's kind of hard to see because there's so many horses, and you got to watch the Derby, I don't know, 15, 20 times at least to try to watch every one of the horses that you see. This horse just didn't have anything from the beginning to the end. This horse had nothing. He basically just was passing tired horses. I mean, that was pretty much the end of it. He got brushed early, which who didn't? Far back, he got bumped at one point. He got bumped a couple of times. Toss the race. Just toss the race. So in my opinion, he's still a little off right here. He's not quite professional enough yet. But Mark Casey knows this horse. He knows this horse is ready to go. I believe he is, even though why I think this horse was going to run in the Preakness, because he really didn't run much in the Derby. So Johnny V is taking over. Is that going to change things? I don't know. I don't think so. I think, you got from Jose Ortiz to Johnny V. I think you're fine on that. I think this horse is going to have to grow up and improve here. So with that all being said, can this horse win? I guess there's a percentage there that he can. But for me, I'm putting at best bottom side of my exotics, which would be on my tries. Clever again. Speed. Remember I told you there's plenty of speed in here. This is a speed. American Pharaoh type of horse, running again to show speed. For me in the Hot Springs Stakes in March, did win wire to wire, looked good in that. If you watch that video, the horse looked good doing it. This horse is going to be tough on the front end. Jose's taking over. is this horse a major player? I don't think so. I think there's other speed in here. I think they're going to soften each other up. Possibly, with the 3, and there's a couple others in there. Steve Ashmanson. Great to see him in this race. I just want to watch this horse for the future. I think this horse is going to develop into something a little bit better. He's out of a Galileo mare. I'm looking for this horse to hit some turf because American Pharaohs, they do well on turf, and now you got Galileo in there. I'm looking for this horse on turf personally. So put this in your notes, your virtual stable, look for it for turf, then watch out. Especially a mile and the 8th. That'd be nice, somewhere between there. Yeah, but not this weekend. Gosier, last time, won pretty good. Street Zone Lexington Stakes. Looked good doing it. Pulled away. Looked professional enough. Looks like he's about ready for this class. Can this horse win? That's another one that has a very slim chance, in my opinion. There's at least 3 other horses that could do it over Journalism. But I think this horse has got that kind of talent. This is another one you got to put in your virtual stable. See how this horse does. Watch the video. No matter if you win or lose or whatever in this race, in the Preakness, go back and watch the video multiple times. I had gotten some emails from some of you people out there. You guys watch the race again on the Derby. You picking out certain things, and you are correct. About certain horses. Yes, these things happen. The Derby is just one of those races. It really kind of doesn't matter what you do in the Derby. Just toss the whole race. Period. So, but this horse could be a player. Watch out for him in the future. Last workout says this horse is, tuned up, ready to go. Brendan Walsh, no slouch, especially with Luis Saez aboard. They get 33%, and they get plus 68% on the ROI, return on your investment, which is very nice. But for me, I am going to put it maybe on the bottom side of my tries and stuff like that. But other than that, I'm taking a pass on that. So here we are again. We're going to go and check out everything, how I'm going to at least try to play it. And we're going to try to hit that home run and get that pick 5 there at the Preakness. There's one race I believe is super wide open, which is the 12th. But we'll get to that in a second. The pick 5 that I'm playing is starts in race number 9. There's a couple pick 5s going on that day. That's the one I'm going to play right now. Once again, if anybody wants the rest of my card, please shoot me an email and I'll send you the rest of my card. Race number 9, I got 6245. I'm going to do the exact 62. Now on the pick 5, I'm going with all 4 of those horses, 6245. Leg number 2, which is race 10, I'm going 167. Then my 3 picks there. I think it is a 3-horse race. I think the one's going to be tough though. And then leg number 3, which is race 11. I'm going with my top 4 picks, 7, 8, 6, 5. And then leg number 4, which is race 12, which I said I think that's the most open race there is. I'm going 12, 4, 5, 1, 6, 7, and 9. Yes, we're trying to get a price in there, hopefully. And then I've been talking about it. The way I was talking about it in that race, I think you guys all knew where this was going. I am going with the single of Journalism in that 13th race, which is the leg number 5 on that pick 5. Race number 10, 1672 is my top 4 horses. I'm going exactly 1 and 6. Race number 11 is 7865 is my top 4. I'm going exactly 7, 8. And race number 12, it's obvious that I was going to play at least a try there. I'm going 13, 4, 5, and 1. That's my top 4. And I'm going with a try with the 13, 4 over the 13, 4, 5, 1, 6 over the 13, 4, 5, 1, 6, 7, 9. Then, of course, the Preakness. I like it 2, 6, 1, 3. Okay. I'm doing exactly the 2 over the 6 and 1. I'm doing a win on the 2. Hopefully, I'm not going to get super low odds, but I think there's plenty, a couple other horses that will take money. Horses like Sandman, Bafford's horse will take some money. You know, there's plenty of horses in here that will take a little of that money. So I don't think he's going to go off a huge favorite, but we'll see on that. So that's what I got going there. And hang on here. Sorry about that. Stop sharing. All right, then. So let's go out there. Let's get this Preakness and get this in. I'm due here. I'm really due. So once again, I like journalism a lot. If you want any more of my picks for the rest of the card, please shoot me an email. If you're interested in the syndication of the pin hooking, claiming, and racing, shoot me an email and I'll explain everything on that. Anyway, so let's go out there and get some winners. Until then, I want to see everybody in that winner circle. So see ya.
For 150 years, the Kentucky Derby has stood as the most enduring tradition in American sports. And in our time, one stallion is reshaping its legacy. Back-to-back Derby winners. His first son at stud siring another. A dynasty in motion. A motion that again has forward momentum toward Louisville, with another elite crop of 3-year-olds bearing his genes. Spendthrift Farm, home of Into Mischief.
Everybody, Dan Oman here with some exciting news. DRF Formulator, the gold standard in past performance information, is now free, exclusively on DRF Bets. Join DRF Bets with the promo code WINNING, get a $250 first deposit match bonus, a $10 free bet, and free Formulator already uploaded to your account. Access Formulator's premium features, including sortable trainer stats, race replays, personalized trip notes, and lots more. Free Formulator, exclusively on DRF Bets.
Welcome to Past the Wire TV, your #1 source for horse racing news and interviews, handicapping analysis, betting insights, and more. Past the Wire TV covers the biggest races at the best tracks.
Garnet and Luis Saez to win the Belmont Stakes at Saratoga. The Grey Wizard is absolutely flying. Champagne won. The Grey Wizard. Oh, it's very close. Leave it to the judge.
Like, share, and subscribe to Past the Wire TV. Nobody does it better.
Here comes journalism, here comes sovereignty, and they square off, heading to the final front. Sovereignty wins the Derby!
You're watching Past the Wire TV. Hit that like button and subscribe to Past the Wire TV. Nobody does it better.
Nobody does it better.